Chemical engineering itself can be quite a hard degree. No matter how interesting it is, it can be quite difficult to go through. So how has been your experience with your undergrad in terms of the workload and the assignments and everything?
Yeah, I feel the same as well. Chemie is one of the hardest engineering majors, and one of the fun fact during my first up to second years, my score is not that good, and I've ever felt that maybe I'm choosing the wrong major.
Mhm,
It is a very contradictive what I am right now. I'm very loving chemie,
mhm,
but uh, back to my first and second year, maybe because I'm not adapting yet, I feel
mhm,
like, wow, this is a very hard subjects, and
mhm,
I cannot do anything.
mhm,
Uh, in my university, I think the workload is still manageable, but sometimes we cannot handle the pressure that
mhm,
we got from exams, project,
mhm,
or lab work. That
mhm,
pressure makes us feel very chaotic, even though actually we have very enough time to work on the assessment.
mhm. And that sounds like the story of every other chemical engineering student. And
Yeah,
I can assure you that you are not the only one that had a difficult time, especially in the beginning, because it is a quite a difficult degree and a very different mindset to get used to in chemical engineering compared to many other engineering branches.
exactly.
But like you mentioned yourself, so it can be quite difficult. But then if I was to ask you, how does your normal work week look like in terms of classes and then homeworks? Do you get any social life afterwards or 8 hours to sleep?
Yeah, of course I manage my time. I also spend my time with my friends. Uh,
Mhm,
I like to have a short travel also during my
mhm,
weekend, and my kind of travel is a culinary trip because I love to eat food.
mhm,
Food really brings up my mood during the hectic week. I
mhm,
also currently still have an enough sleep, so
mhm.
I'm still happy also.
Yeah, that is the most important part, having enough sleep. Um, but like you said yourself, that you have had a difficult time in the beginning, and since, like I said, that's the story of every other engineer. But if you were to pick out of all
Mm.
in your entire degree, what do you feel was the hardest and the most difficult topic in chemical engineering to get a good grasp of?
Oh, in my opinion, one of the hardest topic is transport phenomena. Uh,
Yes.
I'm very bad to learn something that I cannot imagine. It is one of the topics
Mhm,
that very hard to be imagined,
mhm,
and yeah, it is very worst experience. And one of the experience that make it more harder is the
mhm,
scoring system is different from the other topics.
mhm.
So
Exactly.
it is either you are having a good score or bad score. There is no
Mhm,
between that. Either you
mhm,
are 100 or zero. So if you
mhm,
make a small mistake, you will get zero, and if
mhm,
you correct it all correct, it will be 100. So
mhm,
it makes me very scared during
mhm.
exams.
Exactly. I fully agree. And I myself had a very difficult time with transfer phenomena. That's a
Yeah.
topic that a lot of people suffer in. Um, but like I said myself right now, that a lot of people suffer in that topic. One
Mhm.
of the most hardest topics in chemical engineering. But people would be very interested to know, how did you overcome that difficulty? Was there anything special that you did? If you could share any tips with people who are also suffering in that topic, what would that be?
Yeah. Actually, I apply this technique as well to the other topics. So you
Hmm.
should start with the understanding of why should you learn
Hmm.
this. Uh, what is the importance? Because if you cannot find that, you will have no motivation to learn. You
Hmm.
also can try to learn the topic from the applicative side. For example, the transport phenomena. The applicative side is when we do a computational fluid dynamics or CFD. So you can learn CFD while studying transport phenomena, and it will
Hmm.
help you to understand better and gaining the learning motivation.
Hmm. I fully agree. Understanding should be the core of every topic, because if you understand a topic, then you don't have to memorize anything. And
Yeah.
engineering is all about understanding. So that's a very, very nice tip. Thank you, Henry. But in your undergrad, and now you're about to finish as well, what have you specialized in? Is there any specific topic that you have specialized in?
Yeah. So I'm specializing in process modeling, simulation,
Hmm.
and optimization.
Interesting. And why specifically that topic?
Yeah, because I feel that I don't have interest to conduct lab work or other
Mm-hmm.
R&D stuff. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I feel more comfortable working behind my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I can work anywhere in my home, in cafe, and other places. So
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to do that jobs, and I also have more interest in practical things, and which
Mm-hmm.
in the chemical engineering major, it may refers to solving industrial problems and how to make a continuous improvement in the process. So
Mm-hmm.
modeling, simulation, and optimization is really fulfill what I want and what I likes.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. That sounds amazing. And as long as you like it, and as long as you enjoy it, then that's the main thing, right? I'm going to ask you a question that I ask every other person, every other chemical engineer. Many
Mhm.
people, when you tell them you are a chemical engineer, they automatically connect it with chemistry. They connect you with a person who's
Mhm.
sitting in a lab, dropping chemicals into a test tube and whatnot. In your opinion, in your undergrad, was there a lot of chemistry in your curriculum? And if yes, and if not, what is the direct link between chemistry and chemical engineering?
Yeah, actually, in my university, in the chemical engineering curriculum, chemistry course is not that many, maybe around 10% from the
Mm-hmm.
entire course. But you're right that there is the connection between chemi and industry,
Mm-hmm.
and chemistry. I will use soap production as an example. So,
Mm-hmm.
chemists will work to find the right formula, the recipe, and how to make it in a small scale, while the chemical engineers try to upscale the production, designing the process in a larger capacity, and make it profitable based
Mm-hmm.
on the recipe that have been developed by the chemists.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. And if you have not done so already, remember to become a free member at Chemical Engineering Life. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for more upcoming podcasts with chemical engineers. Thank you and have a great day.